Cool. I guess I'm audible. And my name is Siddharth, and I'm doing a very random experimentation. So, we're recently learning about what exactly is product led growth, and my only way to learn something is when I can teach it to people. So, that's the only way I learn something pretty well. Um, in this particular video, you're gonna learn about three set of things basically, starting with what exactly is product led growth, then what is acquisition, activation, retention, referral, and revenue. What is that double A triple R framework? And then we'll talk about what are set of strategies actually to go about product led growth. So, initially, when we start about what exactly is product led growth, I want to break this term down. Product led growth. In simple manner, it's basically growth of a particular metric is dependent upon product. That's it. That and that product is basically dependent upon the set of values that you're providing. Trying to, it may be very random, but yeah. Let me try this once again. Product led growth is where our product is so much valuable to the users that we're actually able to generate revenue. That's our major metric with the help of product, not really focusing on sales and marketing. So a major focus is going to be product, not sales or marketing. That's where we stand. And yeah, so product led growth has been like a very recent phenomenon. Before this, we had sales led growth and marketing led growth, but as a perfect product lies right at the intersection. For consumer brands, the intersection is majorly between marketing and product, which is Zomato, Swiggy, Grofers, Zepto. For B2B, situation changes a lot. It's more between product and sales. Yeah, but Apple is again, it's somewhere between product and marketing, right? So if a product is so much valuable, we can actually go about pull and save money from marketing and sales. And the whole target of product led growth is to make users our best promoters. That's it. Yep. Okay. Mm. How do we actually start with understanding? How do we actually start with product led growth? So it starts basically by understanding what exactly do our consumer needs. That's it. Once we understand what exactly our consumer needs, then we understand what is the journey of the whole consumer throughout our product, and at what point is he or she getting the maximum value. That's it. It's basically understanding consumer needs, building a product based on the consumer needs, actually going through the whole journey of consumer from A to B, and understanding where do they actually feel the best or where they actually feel bad. Yup. Okay. Product-led growth is a secondary metric. When we're in an early stage, the most important metric to focus upon is retention. Retention is what we majorly focus upon. And what do you mean by retention? Retention is basically driven by product itself, right? So it basically, our net promoter score needs to be good. Our organic referral system needs to be good. We have a retention person more than 70%. Um, I'm maybe like a little off, but it's fine. If you need to understand how do we actually go about growing a product, it's basically understanding the why you're building the product. Why you're building this particular product? Why will someone use this particular product? Why will someone draw from this particular product? That's it. Making your first principles very strong. If your first principles are very strong, you're pretty good to go by that. The second thing is understand your users in depth. If you understand your users better than most of your competitors, better than everyone, you know you're gonna play this game better than anyone. And understand what exactly you're trying to do. So it's basically get really confident on your first principle. Second thing is understand your users, and third thing is understand what you're doing. If you have aligned all these three things, product led growth may not be the most toughest thing. Okay. Also, what do you mean by revenue? Revenue is basically users into a valid value. A valid value is usually average order value into frequency. And average order value is basically, I use a basically a lot of times, is amount of money a particular person spends throughout the period that we are calculating. That's what average order value is. Right. Okay. Then we come to something known as a framework known as AAARR. That is acquisition, activation, retention, referral, and revenue. Pretty self-explanatory. And the acquisition stage is a stage where customers finds you. And activation stage is the stage we're gonna focus a lot. That is the stage where the user gets the aha moment. Like wow, that's the moment. Retention stage is basically a stage where we actually go about retaining the customers. Referral stage is where our customers become, they love our product that they become our advocates. The last is the stage where we actually start making revenue out of this particular product. That's basically for most of the consumer products around them. Most of the consumer, remember any consumer product for that matter, which a consumer product which I genuinely like, is Twitter. So initially when I started Twitter, I hated it. Then I actually started using it, connecting with people, started following people. I said, okay, this is actually providing value to me because this is actually connecting with people, which the kind of people which I like. And then I actually become an advocate of Twitter. Now how these guys are making money out of me is basically through ads. That's it. Because my average spending on the app gets increased. Mm, Okay, in the acquisition stage, we actually go about experimenting with multiple channels and understanding one sort of channel and doubling down on one particular channel. Yeah, this is not really okay. Now, how do you actually the most important question right over here is that whenever you're talking to a user, we talk about the benefits, not about the features. No one cares about the features. Everyone cares about the benefits that is providing. You're saying we have 100 sets of fintech APIs integrated. Makes zero sense. We're like, we save you money. That's all we do. We save you money. A user is more interested in learning about the benefits, not about the features. At the same time, you need to make sure the sign-up process is very simple. It's very simple. We need to personalize the onboarding experience. We need to actually go about doing multiple A/B experimentations. The third thing which I'm going to talk about is basically a framework or a strategy. Strategy from choosing your goal, then analyzing your goal, then actually prioritizing your goal, understanding the metric, ideation, and execution. Um, so the whole idea is to understand and listen to your customers, then build it for them, and then keep on changing till you have something like that, and do a lot of competitive analysis. The first thing I start with is analysis. Analysis is basically competitive analysis and user analysis. That's it. Oh, before we start with all of this, the first thing that we do is we go about choosing a set of goals, right? Once we're done choosing the set of goals, then we actually go about doing analysis, which is competitive analysis and user analysis. Once we're done with user analysis, then we go about prioritization, what exactly we need to work upon. Then we find metrics. Metrics are basically metrics that are thing that we can that is numeric, that can be controlled, that can has a metric to attach to it, and yeah, then we actually go about ideation, and then we actually go execution. So that's more or less. I know this is not the best one, but yeah,